From a very young age, you're programmed to be poor. I was born in a middle-class family. I say middle class, but barely. My mother was frankly a miracle worker, getting dinner on the table for me and my sister every single day. At a very young age, my parents broke up, and I lost what is crucial for any man's development at a very young age, a father figure in the home. I believe that a big reason why this happened is because my parents were just so up to the eyeballs stressed, drowning in constant pressure to pay the bills, constantly scrounging to save little bits of money, not being able to afford to spend money on dates and just things like romance, anything. It was constant stress, and with absolutely no support network to fall back onto, they clashed very often. And when my mom was diagnosed with cancer, she had to quit her job, and so the debt and stress continued to just pile up. I don't remember much from those days because on the most part I was very disassociated from what was happening around me. I do remember one distinct memory which still hurts my heart to even think about, and that was one day coming downstairs and seeing my mom and dad frantically flipping through papers, making phone calls, and I look outside and I see a big yellow clamp on one of the wheels of our car. My parents breaking up and me growing up without a father figure in the household contributes to a global-wide pandemic of fatherlessness. Young boy grows up without a father, is never taught how to question his own beliefs, how money works, how to control your emotions, being a strong man and providing. He then goes through the indoctrination of the education system where you're brainwashed and conditioned to be a good worker. The young boy then grows up, he's continued to be poor, he has a bunch of unresolved issues and trauma from his childhood. He then has his own child who he passes on his generational trauma and lack of knowledge onto. The cycle continues. The system is designed very meticulously to produce good workers. A good worker is agreeable. A good worker follows orders. A good worker does not question commands. They just do as they're told. In school, you get in trouble for not doing as you're told. Even if what you're doing is fruitless and it's not going to benefit your life, even if you hate it, even if you're so painfully disinterested in it, you will do it. Otherwise, you will be punished. They bore you with meandering, pointless tasks to prep you for the world of 9-to-5 work. You're taught that this is how life is. There's nothing outside of this unless you're incredibly lucky or you are born into wealth. You're taught that rich people are all snobby and they've never worked a day in their lives. You're taught that if you continue to be a very good boy, then you will move up the ladder of command at work and you will become very successful. This is all a lie. Highly successful people are not agreeable. Highly successful people question their own beliefs. Highly successful people do not blindly follow commands. This system is designed to churn out modern day slaves. Because think about it. Slavery. You get shelter, you get food, you get water, and you work. You're kept in place with the threat of physical violence. Modern day slavery. You work to earn your food, your shelter, your water. You're left with very little, if any, expendable income to be able to buy, invest, leverage your money to launch your own business, your own thing. You're left with nothing. And to cope with the work that you're doing, which is so boring and meandering and pointless, you have to rely on vices. So you spend your money on your vices, video games, booze, drugs, any of your expendable income, if you're lucky to have any, is spent on that shit. And you continue to loop. And you're kept in place by deep psychological conditioning, removing the need to threaten violence. Unless you step out of line too far, of course. I will say something controversial now. Throughout history, mankind has only been able to thrive off the back of slave labor. However you frame it, someone has to build the pyramids. Someone has to build all the buildings. Someone has to flip the burgers. My question to you is, do you want this for your life? Of course, some people are perfectly content with this, and that's entirely fine. That's entirely their choice. But do you? The fact that you're even on this channel watching this video suggests to me otherwise. I think you want more. I hope to support you on your mission of undoing the deep psychological conditioning we've all been through. I'm grateful I got deeply depressed and dropped out of college. I'm grateful that I lay dormant in my room for 3 years straight, not even able to go outside, not able to work, not able to socialize, not able to do anything because I was so crippled with mental illness. Because frankly, if I was fit to work, I would have went to the job center in the UK, which is where they help you get really good jobs. They would have put me in some horrendous soul-sucking factory job and I wouldn't be here today. Those 3 years where I was locked in my room allowed me to question my own beliefs and realize that this is not what life is about. I am grateful. Allow me to help you. Subscribe to the channel right now. now. And if you want to learn my pathway to financial and location freedom, which I achieved through video editing, then enroll in my Video Editing Academy of Excellence right now. It's the first link in the description. Take care, guys.